abusia yete talent ho asem na talent we se yete coaches bebre talent nyamede ahye nipa coach ebi so mo ye relationship coach ahodo and dey wo obi wa ha o se ono oye talent ho coach talent onyamede ahye nipa mu no ono no ye ho coach nti no obeyi na no me man krakra bia akwa ababium na wo hwe Revelations. We are the biggest, we are the largest, we are the highest, we are the greatest, we are the tallest African spiritual platform. For me, I am Queen Hadasha, call me the world star number 8. I am Empress Makida. I am Labraska, the sun goddess. Call me the spear of destiny. I am the woman of peace. Hey! O papa crying to me, Mubona Busia for you, didn't say, hey, we didn't do small. We are the mother of all spiritual platforms. I welcome you, my people, and I appreciate you. You make this platform the biggest. Let's welcome the guests we have in the house today. Papa, we welcome you to Revelations.
Thank you very much.
What are we speaking?
We're speaking on talent and destiny.
No, language, oh.
All right, okay. English.
English. Yes, sir. Me bro for your 4 pe. It can limit me. I welcome you to Revelations. Today being your first time, you have to pay obeisance to my followers and subscribers. They make this platform the biggest. And introduce yourself to us, who you are, what you do. Even if you are the devil himself, we are ready for anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I am Reverend Daniel Adusei, a talent coach, talent consultant, a counselor with psychology background. And I speak on talent, destiny, the spiritual connection, the scientific and spiritual connection, the package, who you are, scientifically and spiritually. So this is who I am. This is what I do.
You said Reverend.
Reverend, yeah.
Are you a pastor?
Yes.
Who you Osofu?
Me Osofu.
Osofu Bensa.
Osofu ordained Osofu. It will be an ejuma na media mano.
Who the eja kan?
Anana ejuma na media na mama no say meboa. Ma hu say okay, me di ABC na buy. Ne pe bia di bibi buy. Until utumi hu a, you are good to go.
So what's your concept of heaven?
A concept of heaven. Well, say all free and a certain stage, okay? To divinity. There's a divinity. We are stages. It's not heaven. And see, who free had this body, just a spirit, soul, and body. And body would have to go back. And then the spirit and soul will have to go to a certain level of divinity. And the divinity has to do with positive or negative, depending on which path you decide to be on. So, call the right path, that is of virtuous nature, you will go to heaven. Okay, so in your own concept, it's not that world B is going to come from the heavens like it's the big show, bam. Now, no, that's not your concept. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You are watching the biggest.
No.
People feel I have issues with pastors.
Okay.
Please glorify yourself and glorify Jesus.
Well, I personally, I don't think, well, maybe but I strongly believe, say, it's because of the perception out there. And I was telling some people, say, I are not competitive. When it comes to knowing God, and it's a mystery. What you have learned is not all. And so even the Bible that we read, I always tell people, say, information is like a phone. What you have access to is what you know. If you have your phone, you bet you on your smartphone. But let's find a smartphone will only pick call and receive call.
It's only me too. Me.
But imagine you be a or IT background, not our smartphone, would be able to explore. And it depends on your unim. Then that is how you connect with your maker.
It's not Christianity.
That's what they
into which percentage I know more IT background.
Well, I can say, for this part of the world, maker say it's only few, about 20%, 30%.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you. Because you so much. And when you try to be competitive, you lose what's the virtues in it. Nipa, when you're competitive, you tend to believe in yourself too much than your maker. Because you want to blow horns about it. And so you don't even learn. You don't depend on the source. There's a source. And there's a source. If you believe, say, you believe that there's God, then you need to learn from. And being a Christian or whatever, it's a journey. We don't come to an end. So depending on what you know, the Bible, the reveal, God is not stagnant. And so what reveal be your man information be. You've learned it. What do you also know about God? What have you researched about it? Because,
hey.
Yes, you can't limit Nyame to
your church. Yeah. Where do you place it? Charismatics, Orthodox,
charismatic.
And okay, can say.
I'm telling you the truth. That is it. That is the truth. Because I don't want to believe. I'm not saying for somebody. I'm saying what I have experienced. The God that we serve is not static. Let's imagine the word say statica. These things, the next 20 years or whatever, they will come with new stuffs. Every aspect of life, there are new generations that come and speak the language of God. We call it evolution, revolution, revelations, all over it is. And yes, static. Only to me limiting your to a certain box and say, this is how God is. And you're only going to live. No, depending on what you know. What information you know. Yes. Yeah.
Looking at what you are saying,
yeah.
What has Christianity done to Africans?
I personally think that they have really been unfair to Africans because sometimes I always tell people say, look at how the Jews, they still maintain their culture. Culture eka nyamesomo. That is how unique we are. Sebi titeno yakoyo oba ho ade. There are some family that practices it. Excuse me to say boy, the red stuff. It means a lot. They will tell you, they add the boy. It stands for a lot of things, but people don't know. Because sebi, a woman would have to go through certain things. Scientifically, she would have to go through the cycle to menstruate or whatever thing. Spiritually, it means something. And that is why you're in a relationship. I always tell people, a relationship, normal. I'm feeling for the woman. The woman is feeling for me, and I will limit it, and that's why we have relationship problems. The woman or the man should know, say, is it my soulmate? We don't know all those things. All I see is that she's a beautiful woman. He's a handsome man. He's rich. And so we have reduced all those things to material things at the expense of our happiness. So we're having problems in marriages. It is getting worse. When previously, not copy too much from the Western world. No. Our nature. We are having problems. We are not going to have a perfect marriage. But our engagement in Yamania, but I say, I have ceremonial marriage. 3 months, 6 months, you don't know much about her. She doesn't know much about you. Only to realize, and then we go our separate ways. And that is what is happening. So we don't even know. We don't want to learn. God is there. Can God be only to God of Israel? Can he only be God of Jerusalem? No. Where was Africa? What was Ghana? We don't want to know. We don't research. And I have so much, like I said, I have so much competitive. There's so much tension. There's no religious tolerance. So the truth is nobody wants to know.
So are you saying that
No, I'm saying, what we want to do is that what people are trying to do, say, oh yeah, they're competitive. You want to claim ownership. You are becoming God's advocate. You can't be God's advocate.
Oh, we just had Jesus' lawyer and God's advocate here on this platform.
So when you do that, you are trying to say, you know, God is a spirit. How do you now speak for him? Or more information, make use of it and impact lives. What's saying, oh, fun to walk up. What's saying, no. You want to be like, have the final say. You can't be an expert. You can't be a master of saying you want normal field. No, spirituality you can't be that. You can't know it all. It's a mystery.
How long have you been a pastor?
I've been a pastor for over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Yes, apart from my secular things, and that's how come I research. Well, you see, there is a lower energy and a higher energy.
Aye.
Yes, lower energy in the sense that lower energy, you think you think so low, you think so envious of the lower energy frequency, bitterness, jealousy. All those are the things where if you are not able to liberate yourself from them, you want to cause evil.
Obiya, you know, we free nyame, now we free her.
So give yourself so much headache. Yes, every good we know say moral upright. Obiya no on padipa. If I'm here and you do unto others as I want others to do unto me, I should always think, say, ade ameya wono okay ana. That's one thing I have to know. It's a golden rule. Say, okay, why do I do it? Why should I think so evil? Say, I want to destroy you. What will I gain? Am I going to be here forever? I always tell people, those who are not spiritually matured are scared to die. Anybody who is spiritually matured is not even interested in death. Because one day you will be out of here. This is corrupt. All the things about this is to, I call them the agent of, good things. You will leave them. But the most important thing is that spirituality, it's so crucial. What are you living here for? Are you just coming to go just like that? What are you doing? How are you imparting lives? What did God give you to come? Do you
have how many houses do you have?
That's a beautiful thing. I will have one house.
And car?
Car. For now, I don't have car.
Oh, and you
I don't have car.
And car so we're down to
no, and the reason being that, let me say something. If God says that I give you grace to make what? I always tell people, say, unless perhaps corners. Grace to make what? People don't understand it. What is grace? It's something deep for you to be even healthy. Trust me, any rich person in this world, anywhere in the world, has been given grace to make what? And when God gives you the grace to make what? And you say, oh, corners, as people think, say, there are certain realms of practice here. I'm going to be wealthy. And that is what is even destroying the youth. Some TV, some of the things, the adverts they run, in the name of, no, there's a shortcut. Nature didn't make anything shortcut.
A shock.
Class 1. What you need to learn in class 1, you have to learn it. What you need to learn in class 2, you can't jump to. If you see a baby who just jumped from the day 1, you won't know what to do. Because the baby is fighting nature. It's not possible. The baby has to learn how to crawl. Will have bruises. Not problem. The baby will have to learn how to walk. Will master every stage. Answer obejani. And then when you run, you have to now race. So crawling, walking, running, and race, they are not the same. They are steps. That's what we feel to do.
So all these things that you are saying right now,
yeah.
Where do we put religion in CCA?
So religion means that you need to ask yourself, what do you know? What is your purpose? Where do you understand God? What do you understand about spiritual? Have you really learned, apart from the things, the materials that are there also, how do you develop yourself? Obi Beka is good. Have you analyzed it? Are you going to be like a robot? Okay, I'm running with it. What have I done to be able to develop to the next stage? Monsieur, Monsieur. And I say, okay, people don't, interrogate. People don't analyze. And I say, okay, you are like a kid. You need to be able to push. How do you develop? What are the things that demands of you? You are morally corrupt. You say you want to know much about God. Sebi, oh, you change women. You change men. You want everything. You see somebody in a flashy thing, just you don't admire, you want to have it. You destroying life.
You destroying life.
And you say you want to go far.
Topic. Our guest today is Daniel K. Adusei, Reverend Esoso. I intercede or yes to for me boy.
Of course.
Yes, Muja de Yeniama.
Medianiama, yes.
Sir?
Yeah, it works.
It works.
Yeah.
How?
There are instances where somebody comes with a problem, okay, and you need to pray. If I say in the name of Daniel, I won't get result. I sometimes jokingly I try. Say, okay, let me see. The name of Daniel, I won't get result. But if it's the name of Jesus, and I've positioned myself well, I see results.
Is Jesus a persona or an energy? Is he a personality?
Well, I would say it's a bit of a persona and a bit of energy.
How?
Where spirituality comes in, okay, it goes beyond reasoning. I'll repeat it. Say, when it comes to spirituality, you won't be able to get a clear-cut beginning and end. Okay, there's a mystery that you would not be able to get. Okay, but you realize, when we say the signs are there. All right, the signs are there. Say, ubi call ABC mo, and personal belief, ni conviction, or certain things based on any belief, or who results. The signs are there to let you know. Say, okay, fine. You will not be able to, because if you want to have all there is to it, you may not even get it. That is why sometimes you realize, say, what somebody may rubbish because of baby only free banner. It's something that is important.
Another man's meat.
It's another man's poison. So there are deeper things. That's why you see somebody. As soon as I came here, I saw today is the first time seeing somebody, and I wanted to talk to him, but because we are about to do the interview, so I wanted to tell him some things that I just saw.
You are coming to prophesy in this house.
No, I'm just telling him something. But because of your interview, and when I ask him, he say it's true. What I'm trying to say that so there's something.
Hey, who is taking prophecy in a lioness house?
Well, nobody's taking prophecy. I'm not saying that maybe prophesied, but I'm saying that I saw something. So if I've seen something, I'm telling him, and then me to me, Bibi.
How? How do you know it is God?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So it depends on my practice. So me source of energy, me source of divinity, no. Me practice I'm depending on God's grace. I'm depending on God's supply.
We understand you. How do you know it is God that is talking to you? We just want to understand that part.
Okay, so when you develop well, when you develop by discipline, praying and fasting, and depending on whatever, you will know, say, this is the voice of God. You'll be able to know. As an individual.
How does it look like? Tell us.
The voice of God?
Yes.
It sounds. It's not. I didn't say how you don't see, you hear. So you hear. So
don't you know energies? Some other energies can also talk.
That's what I'm saying. So they can, but I'm not in that space.
Well, you've not heard God's voice before since you were born. So how do you differentiate this voice that this is God?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say, once spirituality, no, it's a mystery. What do you mean? 1 + 1 in physical science can tell you is 2, but in spirituality, you might think it can be 3, it can be 1, it can be 0. There's no clear cut. And say no. It's like somebody says that somebody who says, oh, it's not true. Okay. Now there are certain things there are certain signs. I remember when I was in the traveling tour. Let me say something small. There are about 3 guys who were traveling, different people. And back home, I say, you are a woman. I said, me, I'm not a woman. I said, no, this is not your passport. And I already told him, say, see, if you want to really travel, where you're coming from, please, I'm not perfect, I don't know much, but embark on praying and fasting. That's what I know. Say, the baby will we see, and that baby will we see. I'm like a baby, and I don't know it all. But little I can tell you, say, stay away from women, friends, drink, and pray and fast. Because there's a limitation on your family. Say, they don't want to travel. Until it happened, then you know, say, the people, because and it happens all the time. People, they tell you it's not your passport. They tell you no, it's not you, and they will not allow you to travel.
Abusia, mumu biya nguso oburo ni bi de passport akọ passport office my account is there your bad header. This Africa.
Yes, and that is why. And it's like Mama say, our world is different from their world. Sometimes I say,
what is the difference between our world and their world?
Because we have our culture. We are coming from somewhere.
Where?
We have our culture, and it has things. It has to both the good, bad, and ugly. They are part of the package. They also have their own. And so when you try, you are not very careful. Now, or no, the Bibia related to there. Now want to me and discover who free him. Now want to me and understanding. And say, okay, no, we are not the same. Different cultures, different terrain. How do I be able to know where I'm coming from? How do I become productive?
Is it not their brother you are worshiping as Jesus?
I don't see them as the brother.
No,
I don't
Jesus
see them.
is Jesus not the one you see
as their brother. You are saying their brother. So
she's a white man, and you are saying their world is different from our world.
You see him as I don't know which one you see him as a white. People see him as a white man. I don't see him as a white man.
Oh, really?
I don't see Jesus as a white man. White man from which country?
But you've been seeing the pictures and everything.
The pictures are the one, and some of them are saying that, please, I acted for the sake of my...
Hey!
Yes! May I also may act here? Don't people, and even people have it in their rooms, don't use that to as says a man and Jesus. Oh, imagine Jesus. Please don't don't use my image. And that's what I'm saying, say. There's some of the things be a deep and a mystery until you know. And if you don't know, because any so clear cut, no, don't go worry your head and try to be the lawyer, the whatever. You can't be an expert in spirituality in terms of meaning bibia. You don't know it all. You don't know it all.
I just say
no, you may be too. You get to me because as what's your idea now?
But Jesus mystery, no. Obama to me kakra. If we really want to, because according to you, he is a persona. He came here to die. You use the blood. Can you give us a little history about Jesus?
Yes, about Jesus.
If he's not white, they said he came from Israel. Israel people are white now.
If you trace, you see, that's what we can. If you trace, you realize say, Ubeko Israel, no, they speak the culture of living the guns. Some are there. The culture of the guns are still there. There's certain things that are there. Unfortunately, no, humanity is developing. No, you developing to a certain level. And by this time, they would have made things much more easier because now science and my maybe pull fat together. At that time, no. So it was more of a what I have experienced about God. No, how would I even be able to present? Anything in the Bible, no, we don't have all.
Did you also believe that blacks are from Israel?
Some part of the blacks are from Israel.
So if you go to white,
and some parts. Even I remember I said, "Ubi cracker say Ecuador. I only got to know right now. So I say, Ecuador. I said there was celebration. They speak tree. Some of them speak tree, and people are having things. Brazil, now that realize. I get to me. But I'm making because we don't have all the facts. No, you are limited.
I don't want to eat into your time. Okay. So Woody, let's leave this one.
All right.
Your topic is who am I?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Me, me. And it has to do with my spiritual, my physical.
You take us through.
All right, so ubia or babyano, what the package be nearby? The babyano, you are made of 3 things: talent, temperament, and personality traits. So TTP, that is your package. Ubia ni babya. So you know, say akwadai way. There are instances when we catch will be say 4 years. Obey or tattoo maker. This is one of the things you should watch out. I say, how do you know? I'm tattoo maker. Yes, because I see it. I'm over 10 years. So this is maybe over tracing, maybe a genetic. Why inherit? Obi also need the other banana. Obi so has acquire opekasa. Now, if you don't understand, you want to shut opekasa no part of it. Or so much energy to talk, but that's what you are doing. So that child must be helped and groomed. Now on casa and become productive. You should be able to know. And a part of the package. And so our other one casa, the source of the nature no uhano. So you only at what time? Obi also you're born to say, okay, fine. You should be able to observe. Or observe it then. They are the people who work in the security services. They can keep quiet. They can keep stuffs. And so we should know beyond the other. And that is scientific and spiritual. Why scientific? Every star is connected to your talent. Every star is connected to your destiny. There's no way Messi cannot be just Messi because some way somehow no. Over tracing, yes, and it helped. Now the only problem we have is that between Obef, any grooming you and adding the value, that is where the headache is. Because culturally here, it is what seemingly gives money. And I have a problem. To say, it doesn't seem to attract money. My parents' society does not want it. So they want me to become a medical doctor as compared to maybe I'm a gifted carpenter. And to say, technical skills, a carpenter, I will have a lot of things to deal with. The right, they will push it. I'll be struggling unless I'm very strong-willed. Because they want me to become a medical. That's what society will respect. That's what me think they would pay. And that is what it's eating a lot of people up. Most people don't know themselves. How do they find purpose? Yeah, the I've arrived on this planet. I need to be able to know myself. I don't know. If I don't know, how do I be able to live and become relevant in my own life?
Does he protect the talent in somehow?
Yes, it protects the talent. I mean, right from your, opportunity. But when you are growing, and your parents are supposed to also be part of.
At which age?
That's right from the baby, Yeah, or the baby, or the man, God is expecting your parents to play their role, loved ones to play their role. Born home by. As you are growing, that's why it's important. They say education starts from the home. So you start your moral education from the home. If the child is positively exposed, the bearings. That is why in this part of our world, the Westerners are developing more because the environment, saints, angels, but the system is more conducive to help people harness their talent right from the scratch. You don't put a friend saying, don't go put somebody in the. Imagine you put a fish in the jungle. Let's imagine the whale is taken to the thick forest, or a lion is taken to the deep ocean. What will happen? Trouble. Because the whale is not meant to be in the jungle, no matter how powerful it is.
Wait, are you saying that it is parents that will make talent?
No, it is parents that must also help. You are a baby, are you getting me? School system, no. They don't even know. Truth, no fault of theirs. So through the school system, you are exposed to a lot of things. It's not bad. But the system of education, all aspects, no, it must be able to help the child who is going. What's on him? That's what I'm saying. My third born, my last born, 5 years, loves and he loves to play his organ. So as soon as we go to church, I tell him, okay, after that, I'll tell the organist, my name is Kakra. He plays drum. No. I'm saying, say, I mean, he follows me to church. But I'm saying, say, he's because I have music in me. We're picky. He likes the drumming and things. So I'm saying, say, the next about 10 years, I'll take him to the music school. Me who? So if the other talent I'm yet to see, but these are the things I've seen. So I don't stop him. Or born in drums, I encourage him. He wants to play his organ, I encourage him. But some jurisdiction, they will tell you, say no. And imagine what it means. Imagine say I don't have the information coming here. Can you imagine what I'll go through?
I praise Akolanu or started or two secular songs. I don't have
a problem with that. I featured Rashid Metal about 12-13 years ago. You go Pablo show feature my first single, Love is Solution, all right? I feature Rashid Metal. You go on YouTube, you see it, I write songs.
And we are yourself for Papa Kakara. You're watching the biggest and the largest. Almost so many years of our problem. You don't know how much I love them. But sometimes, you know, they may fancy here and son the BBA pie. So Papa suffer.
Yeah.
Ebinu mo ho no mo anya mame.
Yeah.
Omo anya papa.
Yeah.
Some people their way through to life is very, very miserable. But they've still made it.
Yeah.
Who helped them? What protected them?
All right. So there's one thing that is very sure. Like I said, we are all grace package, and grace is deep. Until wanya mame, wanya papa no would have certain mames and papas playing different roles. They may not be their biological mame and papa, but they be a family you want to. And I say adopting. There must be some way somehow somebody to help you through education. Some ways are if you're training now moral education, and it's very, very important. That is why now I always tell people, say we are living dangerously because the moral corruption is moving at a very fast pace. If care is not taken, we are not safe because the future is for the next generation. And what did they know? And that child though one young mami no is not there as an orphan. If he or she is lucky, ne buano.
And you're often per se, like there are people like mommy maybe divorced, abandoned. You know this. Not only.
Yeah, but then I'm saying, say on most at times, most people who fall into that bracket, only few make it. Are you getting
only
it?
Few make it?
Yes, most at times. The reason being that's why I say that if you go and check the hardened criminals, if you go to the prisons, okay, you realize say most of them. They didn't get the parental care, the love. They are so bitter. They were exposed to the harsh realities of life. And to be do best at 50, 60, as compared to be many papa around, the environment was conducive. Or no was sheer hustling the so he or she does not care.
Oni pity.
Nti
onyankopon na nka se odi talent ni to nipa ni mu no. Akola na enye ne fault na maami we wo no.
Yes.
Nti nyankopon no nya hwe kora.
That's what I'm saying, say nyakopon odi talent ma akola. Maami bi na wo no. So that's why you won't blame that child at that age. Na maami nyankopon no onim say talent amede ama akola. Maami fue amede omo koto ne yam. The wicked people, they will kill this talent. How does God arrange talents and mankind? How? You see, that's the beautiful thing about God. God in his own wisdom, that we can't question him. When he has an assignment for you, okay, and wherever you are coming from, now one year the supposed training, 1 year the supposed support, some way, somehow, if he has not finished with you, all right, he will still make sure say life never on track. Yesterday I took my son to the hospital, and then me too when I'm catching doctor, this is what I saw about you.
Hey, and you ama
maybe no. And say me kind of say I want to finish with your son. It was now our skin issue.
Tit for tat.
Then he said he wants to talk to me.
Oma obane panier now so man the prophecy.
And say yeah Anna. Oba will say what you are saying I can connect to it. I say this is it because yes I had challenges. Malusu ABC. I say yes because these are the reasons why. So we had about 40 minutes here or Jimmy number. So now what I'm saying is that yes sometimes there are mysteries. Look at what is happening around the world. Sometimes the children will be exposed. Okay, that even on the education that would even help him or her, groom him or her. But it doesn't mean say that's why you'll be surprised say even animals and insects have talent. And that is why we can trust dogs to human beings. I prefer dogs to secure my house to human beings because they have their talent. They can sense you about 100, 200 meters away. Just your smell. And there's a backing for you. If you're a loved one, there's a backing for somebody who is a criminal. They do all those things. So they have their talent. What the Bible says about the talent of the ant. The ant is unassumingly very tiny. Has one of the most powerful sense of smell. So when you put something sugary here, he will know and come. And because they don't have all the time, the wind, they can't survive. The rain, they can't survive. Until Obeba, they will gather and store the food and they share. And because they don't have ammonia too much, they are very humble and when they are going to greet each other. So yes, if Akwarebi need that exposure, but the talent is still there. It doesn't mean say talent is not anyhow. But who will help activate it?
How is that the child's fault?
It's not the child's fault.
When you be and help activate it. What will God do for that child? That's what I want to know. No, I'm always looking for solutions.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. If that child, there's the people who had to battle from that problem background, and they're able to find their fate. Some people are able to. So
in life, you are on your own.
There's a certain level that's you're on your own. It's there.
What about God?
God is also there. But the issue is that because God is there, and I'm kind of say, life challenges, no, a mystery, you will be able to have all the answers. Believe it or not, you won't have all the answers. Say now okay, will be a owner, nanka or very bright future, not through no fault of his or hers. Now you're exposing them. Now on to me finding a fit through no fault of his or hers. You can't have all the answers. There are a lot of mysteries. Why would the mother become wayward? Why would the father become wayward and expose that child? Are you getting me? So
we should leave it like that.
No,
because we can't question God.
We can't question
God. But
God.
we ask him for cars and houses and visas.
Yeah.
But we can't question him.
No, well, that if you want to question God, you have who says you can't question? You can question God. That is depending on the relationship you have with him, and he can give you answer. It's an individual thing. You can question God. I have questioned God several times.
Now, because you said we can't question him, the reason I'm asking this.
You can't question
him. Now you are saying we can question him.
No. Questioning the context say. Once I being presenting and say God is kakamotobi or whatever thing. God is so fearful and you know. But I believe say it's a father, it's a mother or your bad time. You can go to him. Or bad time, go to her and find out.
Go to him, go to her.
The
God himself cry or your bad no bema.
That's what I'm saying in the context.
But I'm asking a different question.
Yes, I'm saying say or your bad time. That's where I'm coming from.
Matthias here. Me person be who say be a unim gender.
No, I don't know. I only know say he's a supreme being.
He's a supreme being. No gender.
No gender. That's how I know.
And your platform is no be can so a man woman.
No make Canadian the partner issue no. Me no say or your bata. I get me.
You are watching the biggest.
Or your bata. And say the source of man and woman every no.
But seriously, what structures will you give to those who are going through these things? Because parents need be one. Omunya issues are. Na wo akola na wo tinche no. Wo na wo suffer the more. And I said the wo kan no say divorce no dey sorry them crowd I shall not divorce no when e from bishop to usher obi e ko ne baby ojaya ware na ojaya sorry no wa po akola no. See what the children are going through. I want to know if there's any structures to do or prayer or if there's any way the child can question God or something. Me, I want solutions. So.
Yeah, and say I think say unfortunately in America parenting no krano dianka we should have it as something part of our education system. We should have it in the churches. We should have it, and I always propose for such. I pray, say one day, we won't have the perfect system, but it will be something that we'll learn. Because before you realize you have become a mother, the demands on you to be a mother and father, no, we only focus on one. We were feelings. Or balance were feelings. You're chimp now. But I've forgotten, say, it's beyond feelings. As a mother, potential mother, as a potential father, what do you know? There's no holiday to be a mother. There's no holiday to be a, there's no leave. A lifetime journey. What have you learned? We don't know all this. And we are not taught. You realize, you think, say, people think, oh, I can be a good mother, a good father. Money is not the only thing we need. Psychology will tell you, say, there are a lot of important things. But unfortunately, the structural system we find ourselves in, we don't have it. And to be one say, you have become a mother. To be one say, you have become a father. That child already, you are a blind man. As a father, blind woman as a mother, you have brought the child. What are you going to expose? You are going to expose him or her to danger. What to me handle? Because you yourself, you have a problem. You have not dealt with it.
So should we castrate them?
No, you can't castrate.
So how?
So that's what I'm saying. So we should be able to, at least the problems of humanity will always be there. But what do we do to help and then reduce them?
What do we do?
Yes, so we find solutions. Okay, the spiritual source is there, and then the scientific source is there. What do I need to do to become a good father? A good husband? What do you, as a woman, need to become a good mother and a good
teach
wife?
Us. That's why you are here.
So you know, say, okay, you desire to be a mother. What is the reason for the desire? Is it sexual gratification? So me pay me feelings and now me just say no. I desire say I'm bringing an offspring into the world, and say I would learn what it takes to be a good father. And your oliska, the 5 dimensions of life: financial, emotional, spiritual, mental, stroke psychological, physical, stroke social. These are the types of problems: financial problems, spiritual problems, emotional problems, mental, stroke psychological problems, physical, social problems. How well have you equipped yourself? You can be an intellectual. You may have your masters, but you don't know certain things. So I say we can't have it all. How many of us know?
This abro of waka krake okay na ye na nanom na no munim we na no
omunim, but they were working with it. That's why I'm saying say omunim ye na nanom to me product o share generation apart from modernization they know the moral thing that was solid. They were morally upright, very disciplined, and see ebomo inheriting them say no about time these are the things I need to do. But yes, your time we are so materialistic. Your time we have really put the important things somewhere. I want money at all costs. And when I meet you, me power ball chrono. Also meeting me. And in proposing love, no cry. What informs us, no cry wrong. And yet, bad say I have what it takes. But how many women are there? Say okay, be me or future. Because of sister be woman no, or no time no, or no, or bad be my be is okay. The woman in quotes, no one shall me fair, but I'm okay because she's morally okay. We don't look at those things. And see what informs us now, yeah, charging your honor, husband and wife. No, it's even wrong.
You are watching the biggest, so it's even wrong. And not to pankwa.
Yes.
Did I really say that?
Yes, it's true.
And you also repeat it.
Yes, and to pankwa. I'm telling you, we should face the facts. And to pankwa, and that's what he's giving us
3 times.
Yes.
Or suffer.
Yes, me a counselor. And I speak it as it is.
You are watching the biggest. We want to know 5 greater talents. Who say this parents now, I don't want to use the word irresponsible because we are seeing yama dos. In Crawford way no, omo enya Crawford amboa omo no. Me, I don't blame people say divorce because I know that there are energies and kolani wo omo kra divorce bebe feel because of that child. I know that. But me pese me who say unfortunate children na omuti ankoye yie and now omo parent no one way or the other until omo entumi engrumi omo 5 talent I ofo say every this team aba asay you get me in your study no 5 greater talents etumi asay easily out of this thing
as in you look at talent say e bi mo omo life aye basa
talent akese be 5 and be save African continent because of sa suban nti wo mention talent na wa kire ha wa ekọ nka ebeye and na omo enye obi ni so ha wa ekọ ba.
Okay, all right. So let's say like somebody like Kikijan. You know, Kikijan was one of the best he is it organist Osibisa band no was so much powerful was raising Ghana along the way, okay, according to drugs. Now, from the professional and the spiritual point of view, no, how that level, no, we said ne Okotrisia in all humility didn't have the kind of parental care. He hustled on his own to a certain level, and say or do that fame space, no, had bad friends. And fall into a friend saying, those bad, and now they went to drugs. They did all they could. He died as a junkie and a pauper. They were trying to help him to at least to rehabilitate him. I'm fat.
Also from Pachoma, maybe say question we better was. Okay. Asemia who came they ask in so mama. Okay. Cause what Ghana ha meboa. Yeah. What Ghana? One who say rich powerful bishop. Always sika. Or then the back school crowd America. Ne ma many papa nyina powerful people. Ono so or drug on one account or ye drug sine hwan. So is how is this about somebody who didn't get parents?
So you see, so let's explain. And see there are people who have all the support from the parents or even family free mom. And on one so aswarding that is also another thing. Are you getting me? You only be able to tell when you have that, you may not be able to tell exactly what happened. But a bit more higher man all the support. But on one else for they were funny bad.
What is the cause?
The cause sometimes has to do with that child does not want to listen to advice. And also, and yet the parents' issue because they can't police you. Your parents cannot be everywhere. And they've told you ABC. Some will be able to learn and then they come back. Some they will not be able to, and then they become victim of their own decision. All right, okay. There are names, but I don't know whether I can, for the sake of.
What do you mention the dead ones, so we don't get problems?
Okay, we mention the dead ones, so we don't get problem. Now, if you look at, about. Former president, if you trace him, that's Kwame Nkrumah. If you trace that man very well, we will say, if he has gotten all the support, trust me, like the way Africa is supposed to be.
All the support from who?
From apart from the parents. Society, those who are supposed to play those roles in trying to.
No, so for you are confusing me.
I'm saying,
sir. They will see parents, they will see society.
No, you're not getting me. Parents play role in building talent, please. Parents will not play the role.
We are seeing in our account.
Society, yes, account. Parents will not play the role. Let's imagine something. The education system, now that you are changing, you are making holistic. Education system, it's even making people cannot pursue their they don't even know how to. They don't know their talent. They don't even know how to develop it. Education system, parents will have love. Saying if there is a serious educational to educate the parents, so obano ABC, this is what you na we don't have a problem. So apart from the parent issue, family and the society, the education system we have is a problem. Yes, so you realize the policies are in place. No? Look at the motorway. Look at how many years. Can you imagine? I always say, when you pass the motorway, are we sure it's not about 5 years old? Look at such a vision.
Hey, look at that. Kwame Nkrumah ni omo ye na we nya support ni omo ba ye de ye omo fire yin samampom.
Listen to me. Hey. See, when you all the support, I'm telling you.
What I'm saying is when you support mponi ye.
Support
when you support wo so mfa so ne say sorry.
Okay, I'm getting your question.
You're watching the biggest. Seriously.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Charlie, it's true. All politics are.
Because Kwame Nkrumah, Akosomo Dam, Songo Salt, made to me mention be 1 million.
Yeah.
When you support, your mom make a dear. Omunya supporter.
Yes, yes. Yeah, because you see how person unite Africa. Look at such a vision. What's some of the speeches, no? And I want people handed him over. They say we want to get this person out. We want to get him out. We don't want him. It's a threat to us. Development or higher is so much learned. How do we get him? They use our own people. We betrayed him.
So, two.
All right. If you come to young about friends saying
Mugabe.
No. This man was it Professor Lute? Yes, Professor Lute. One Professor Lute be. I think he's in the States even. He was even lucky if he hadn't been discovered by the Americans. The is it NASA? To go into the way. One of the best at that time, the way that they said the man was able to calculate at a very fast pace. After I introduced to that NASA way, and we're treating him like a commoner. And then getting frustrated and things. They discovered him in America. They relocated him, and it's there. It's one of the whatever. Ankaha. That's why it's the richest place in Africa is the cemetery. He would have just died a pauper. Would have died without imparting the other generation.
What do you have to tell the public about this talent?
Right.
And how we should hold it? Because media minya anka kolebia mbe wiase no mbebre, but wiase ankasa so is a mystery on its own. We can't say because of divorce. I know people who are, but they've really made it. An accident so
Ministries.
Nyama Kwame Nkrumah kora na wenya support idi ene na support no ne boye den.
And I want to say sometimes me personally I was told, God said, be careful of your winner midamauno. They told me I was warned about 3 times. They will poison me for no reason. So imagine that if I was in quotes not fortunate, I would have been poisoned, not by anybody. Suppose loved ones, because I am only going to just make sure say, give me a media family for humanity to benefit. I will not be here forever. But that's how myopic a baby for it here. They want to just waste you. And they say, Adam, Maame catch me, there are things and I'll be a victim.
Support you.
Yes, because I heard it clearly.
Support you, no,
hey God, no, Paucho, I don't mean to be in Casa. So, Paucho,
who support you?
There is somebody and becoming here.
Now, maybe support you, day.
Also, support you, and I also don't believe saying you support you.
Now, I'm catching one.
Maybe so.
Maybe so now who questions I know her.
Maybe do say you support you.
Now who we are seeing your men now by
me who you see your men. You
are watching the biggest. Seriously, let's actually give advice to people.
Yeah, so
boys in Ibi when I talk to them, ne maame wo ho, ne papa wo, girls no omo no omo tumi ne me din komo.
Okay.
Girls no omo wo 24 ne ade no omo wo universities no. Hey, omo no omo ni me din komo. Obi wo a ne maame wo ho, ne papa wo ho. Atebusua na ye wo no tum no. So no wamfa ne honam anko a. Ne nuanom 4 na omo aka no.
Will not be able to
la aduane kra che so omo nya bi ni. Into the oil no pet and so no into such a person no or losing the talent. Ne ma me papa wo ho omo ko afuom or no na try to balance into our talent be na because o need support into you know I mean give us advice and strategies.
So what I can say is that Sebi it's not canon. We can't judge anybody of to survival of the fittest. But what I strongly believe say every problem has a solution. Problem be a solution. What I would prescribe, they say, whatever you find yourself, whoever you are in that state, say Maame, Papa, Tumambuano, believe say God has not finished with you. God has not finished with you. 2, ask yourselves, okay, is that all I have? Options now I am exploring, and open one, and I'm other options. And then 3, go within yourself, because we been all caught that wayward. To go with yourself, okay, I can't do it and grow old. I would also want to be a mother or father. Okay, what are other options I'm me will be what are the things that I think, okay, if I don't want to do it, what am I so passionate about? What can I do easily? And then I'm to me easily. Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it writing? Just look at this. All right? And then when you start looking at it, because sometimes what happens is that when you are too harsh to yourself, or you allow people to let you know that you are too sinful, you would really kill yourself. And then your culture, that's how it is. People can make you feel, say, what committing the worst crime, and you, if you're not very careful, you not even forgive yourself. But you say, okay, being exposed to this, God has not finished with you. He still has something in you for humanity, and say He can still help you.
So but it's all about God, yeah.
It's all about God.
Support, no. I mean, God and supporting, no.
Any parts, but there are people who play roles. He did his part.
So the people who play role for these people are this what we are looking for.
Yes, I don't make us say. So such people know, if you are being exposed, you still. What I'm saying is that God has not finished with you. You can still right your wrongs, and your fault, through no fault of yours, you have been exposed to all kinds of evil things. But any elite. Why I'm saying that sometimes people sometimes hold on to me. I've been condemned. I've condemned myself. People say I have nothing good to offer. And when you think that way, you truly to not do any other thing. People say, I don't want my life to be better again. I give it up. But I'm saying, say, don't give up. If you believe, say, you believe in God, and know, say, if you pray, He will help you. You can right your wrongs.
At which age should we not give up? Which age?
There's no fixed age. Better late than never. There's no fixed age.
So 90
you can still do it.
The reason,
yes, do you know the reason why? Because you have to be able to live that purposeful life. And so to mean a blessing to yourself and people around you.
90 years.
Yes.
Okay, to us where? Oh, my advice.
Yes.
These stretches.
Yes. So you make sure, okay, fine. I have gotten this thing. I've done ABC, but there's something good in me. How do I know? What I can advise you is you pray. I always tell people, pray. Prayer is talking to the air is prayer. And then seek for advice. How do you seek for advice? And yet, baby, and yet all old men or old women are full of wisdom. No, please. But when you pray for God to guide you because you need help. We are not an island, so you should get help.
This God matter.
Oh yes, pray for help. And then look at, okay, who do I go to? How do I get help? When I say what are the structures in place? So that you feel, say, there's a hope. Because what happens that when you feel there's no hope, you won't make any move. When you do that, you get some solutions. And then, okay, fine. Is it a man of God, a woman of God, a teacher, anybody? Society, they say, I am corrupt, I am polluted. But there's still hope. Then when you get that help, say, my life, no, okay. Say my life, okay. I would also, if you permit me, I'll give my contact after everything. And then, yes, you can also get in touch with me. But there's so much hope. Every living being, you have hope. No matter how, you will still make it. If you want to make it, you will still make it.
Okay, Abusia, into last advice, no.
My last advice, you want my last advice?
So you have to advise us.
Yes. So my advice I'm going to give to everybody is that you have something in you. You have a talent. You have something natural that God has given you. Don't think you are an empty vessel. You have something so much special. And that thing has a commercial value. You know, most of the times people think, say, oh, maybe the end maybe talent say I will draw. when my talent I say I'll sell. All the talents, they have their commercial value. It is in you. It is in there. What you're passionate about, what you see yourself doing, don't be doubting it. And if you work on it with much seriousness, consistently, constantly, you will work on it, you realize it is taking shape. If you're still confused, I'm going to give you my number. 0242 547342. 0242 547342. Or my social media handle, Kizo Tell Your Star. There's something great in you. You have that talent. You can make it. You can shine. We are all born stars. When you say stars, people think it's only music, only acting. No. Star means that you are becoming the best of who you are. Like my beautiful lady asking me this question. She's a star. She's becoming the best of what God has given her. We don't need to be a musician or an actor or a footballer. Anything great that you have, hold it like an egg and you go far. This is what I can say. Your talent is what God gave you. It's a powerful package. You are not empty. Work with it very well. And call me and I'll teach you the practical steps. Practical steps to discover your talent.
Teach us one practical step.
Okay. All right. So the practical step.
You can't come and tell us to call you.
So the practical step is that write down all your interests. Write them down. It could be 10, it could be 15, whatever you are interested in. The second thing, write your hobbies down. Some of them will repeat itself in the interest. Then the third, the things you are passionate about, you love it. Write them down. They may be repeated in hobbies lists. They be very repeated on more interest. The last but not the least is your flair. Nyama utumieni easy. What you think say you don't struggle, and a little teaching you are there. Somebody can talk, somebody can sing, somebody can play football, somebody can draw. Anything that you think say you can do it easily. Write down all your things that you have flair for. When you have this list, then you narrow them. Keep narrowing them. When we say some of them will be common. When we say be your interest, it will be common in hobby. It will be common in passion. It will be common in flair. These are what God gave you. It be me there one. You be a multi-talented, whatever. It be more the family. When you know all these things, then you now move and work on them. You seek out what professional knowledge I need to add to these things. Ebi I'm singing. Ebi I'm talking. A professional knowledge for talking is maybe MC. For journalism. For singing. These are the things you have to look out for. I think if you do this assignment, you'll get to know what you are talented in.
Osafo, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your presence on the platform. Abusia, to me, I said life is like just a puzzle. You don't know what you are picking till you open it. Whatever it is, keep on moving on. Paul, I'm going to Bible, not so for museum yourself. I say I press towards the mark of the high calling. I will never give up. You keep pressing, you keep pressing, you keep pressing. You are not small, you are not big. We are all one people. Keep moving until you get there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Osafo. Osafo. Okatopa.